Hello everyone, Felipe here. Today you're gonna see how to use the AI generated report in the first report that you need to produce, the where to play phase. So let's change screens. So again, we have a disclaimer here that you need to verify all the information before you use it. But yeah, we have an index here. We have a lot of information about the industry overview, key trends, competitive landscape, and consumer insights. Let's go to the first report. This is just an example, and I select the 3 slides to show how you can use this report, okay? So again, for the where to play phase, there are these 4 steps: industry outlook, competitive environment, market segments, and operation conditions. One of these slides inside the industry outlook is this one, the key external drivers. So you need to identify up to 6 different drivers. These drivers can be positive or negative. And let's say that you don't know anything about the industry. So generate the AI report, and then you can go there and check if you have any information that could be useful. So here we already know that the first page is about industry overview, and that's interesting. So again, our client is the fashion industry. We're just continuing the example. So yeah, here I already have some kind of information, but it's not specifically what I'm looking for. Let's talk about segments. Let's try the second page. Yeah, here we have specifically suggestions about external drivers. So here, for example, let's talk about e-commerce penetration as something positive. So the rise of in e-commerce is a major driver for fashion and retail, as more consumers shift towards the online shopping, blah, blah, blah. So, and it's also saying what's the source. So here you can use this as a potential key external driver if you think that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's something that could be used for the company to know. So I will be checking if this is true. And yeah, it's probably common sense that e-commerce is increasing. People are buying more online, especially after COVID. So this makes a lot of sense. If it's something a little bit more complicated to prove, then please do some research and find a source that you can reference, okay? Here we talk about the consumer spending, and you have also about fashion trends. So all of these were information got from these places, so you can directly copy these and type Statista on Google and check in which report is talking about this, and then you can reference, okay? So you have 3 options here. If all the 3 make sense, you're welcome to use all the 3. But if they don't make sense, please don't use it. Do some external research and then add things that are more relevant to the client. And as you see here, and as I mentioned in the last video, this is a starting point for you. So you shouldn't use everything. It will just provide a few information. So maximum, we would use 3 of them, but you still need to do more research to find another 3 to complement. And it's always nice to get at least 1 negative. So here we have way more positive. Sometimes, depending on the industry, it will be way more negative, but it's also important to have some kind of balance. And of course, if it's more positive, then better, but probably there's something that is negative, right? So this is an example. Here you have a slide with several trends that you need to get in terms of mega trends, shifting dynamics, etc., etc. So of course, you go over the specificities during the masterclass. Here, just want to show you that you can leverage this report as a starting point for your research or for your presentations. So here we talk about mega trends, digitalization, shifting dynamics, fast fashion competitors. Here in change market needs, we talk about remote work attire demand. So there's a global shift. So there are several things here that you could use in this slide. Of course, starting point. So you for sure will need to do some extra research to complement that. And you're welcome to use Perplexity, GPT, or other AI tools. There is a slide also about SWOT analysis that we have information here. So again, you're welcome to add the bullet points that make sense. If they don't make sense, please don't use it. But here you have a lot of things about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities. So you can use in this slide as well. Here, regulatory environment, and we have several suggestions, and also the sources. So open the sources, give a look what they're saying, if it makes sense to your client to follow, and then you can add if it's relevant for the presentation. And also here, certifications, mandatory certifications, or option or suggested certifications. So again, a lot of information that you can leverage here for this first report. Make sure you use it on the second phase, the how to win report. Okay. So I separated a few slides that will be helpful for you. So just to refresh you, you'll be talking about competitors' benchmarks, strategic moves, and also a brochure. So I think the slides that will help you the most are about the competitors. So if you go to the report, you have something about usual competitors, and also new entrants. It's right in the slide number 5. So here, as usual competitors of this company, we have Zara, we have H&M. We also have, for unusual competitor, Asus, then Bonobos, and new entrants, Stitch Fix, and Amazon Fashion. So you have all these references also that we can find more information and reviews about these companies. But the thing is, you can open a website, give a look, see if it makes sense as a competitor, potential competitor of your client. And then if it makes sense, then you can build a slide like this one. And you have to provide nine competitors from each category. And as you can see, you have only 2. That's because this is supposed to be a starting point. So of course you need to do some external research by yourself and find a third competitor, at least a third competitor, because sometimes maybe from these 2, just one will make sense. You also need to explore and see if the offering is really similar or not, and then you can add to the presentation, okay? In the following slide, here you should have received an analysis from the companies that are public. Companies that are public, you have access to the Edgar database. This is a governmental database where you can find the annual reports for these companies. Here, the AI, when generating the report, it didn't provide the information here, but it's very easy. It provided the step-by-step that in which you can find the so-called 10K report or the annual report. So let's just get this, and I'll go to Perplexity here and ask, please find the most updated 10K or annual report for Zara. So here it's found the report about the year 2022. And that's a really good report with a lot of information about risk, about strategy, about operations, about how they see the future for fashion. It's a 520 page kind of report. So feel free to reference this kind of report. But let's found where it talks about Zara. So several other brands in here. But for example, strategy. You can use Control F and search like selected phrases, specific phrases, and then it will talk about a lot of things here that can be useful for a report. So just a small tip for you, but let's go back to the report. Another slide that I think it will be very helpful for you, it will be this one, slide number 10. This talks about the value chain insights. You hear more about it during the masterclass, but here it's considering the value chain of different competitors and different things that the company could do. And it's exactly what you need to do in this slide. Here you need to understand the current business, so what your client is doing in terms of business model, production, offering, and so on. And these other 3 options here, 3 lines, to be different things they can do. And you can get some ideas of how they can partner, like co-branding with tech companies for marketing features, same-day delivery. So several different options for each category of the value chain. So those are examples of how you can use the AI report. And I hope that was helpful for you. this part of the report, we'll be talking about the voice of the market, market insights, and jump to go to sales. So the first part, you need to talk, interview people, and then get to your own insights. You can use AI to help you to organize your ideas and everything, like all your notes from the interviews. But something that this report might be able to help is with the persona that you'll be building. We have a specific part here in the report that talk about customer insights. And basically, this report dividing demography, psychographic, geographic, behavioral. It segments a little bit, and this can be helpful when thinking about the persona. It will also suggest a few types of clients based on the industry and the product and service that your client is operating. So here let's talk a little bit about B2C, potentially B2B or D2C, and also several sources that you can check in here. Finally, in the last part of the report, you also have other useful sources in terms of journals, industry associations. So here is, for example, mentioning the National Retail Federation, the American Apparel Footwear Association. Well, just go look to the sources and see if there's anything that can help you. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.